Coming to you from parts unknown. I hope you all are doing well tonight. I am once again simulcasting on Rumble and Utizzle, and I hope this broadcast finds you well, and I hope you can hear me good. But anyway, Tucker Carlson got spooked. Is he getting spooked? Oh my word, Tucker, you look terrible. You look afraid. But anyway, we're going to talk about a lot of things that are going on. I'm going to play my intro videos to give people time to come in, get a cup of coffee, a cold brew or an adult beverage, or maybe even a Coca-Cola, whatever you want. But I'm going to play that Kim Clement thing Trump posted. I want to listen to it. And I might have a thing or two to say about it as part of my intro. And then we're going to do what? What are we going to do? We're going to be like butter and get on a roll. Ha!
This that shall take place shall be the most unusual thing, a transfiguration, a going into the marketplace, if you wish, into the news media, where Time magazine will have no choice but to say what I want them to say. Newsweek, what I want to say. The View, what I want to say. Trump shall become a trumpet, says the Lord. Trump shall become a trumpet. I will raise up the Trump to become a trumpet, and Bill Gates to open up the gate of a financial realm for the church, says the Lord. I will not forget 9/11. I will not forget what took place that day, and I will not forget the gatekeeper that watched over New York, who will once again stand and watch over this nation, says the Spirit of God. It shall come to pass that the man that I place in the highest office shall go in whispering my name. But God said when he enters into the office, he will be shouting out by the power of the Spirit, for I shall fill him with my Spirit when he goes into office, and there will be a praying man in the highest seat in your land. There will be a praying president, not a religious one, but I will fool the people, says the Lord. I will fool the people. Yes, I will. God says the one that is chosen shall go in, and they shall say he has hot blood. For the Spirit of God says, yes, he may have hot blood, but he will bring the walls of protection on this country in a greater way, and the economy of this country shall change rapidly, says the Lord of hosts. Listen to the word of the Lord. God says, I will put at your helm for 2 terms a president that will pray, but he will not be a praying president when he starts. I will put him in office, and then I will baptize him with the Holy Spirit and my power, says the Lord of hosts. Come on!
Storm zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm they're talking about.
They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
He's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
Now think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined.
Now the gloves are off.
Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the identities of the FBI and DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and AG in America for their illegal, racist enforcement of the law. If the deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn, and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time. He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he perceives as enemies. Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart, and you have to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. I am your retribution. We will take care of it. We will take care of it.
We will take care of it. Put them all in jail where they belong. That's what I say. I agree 1,000%. Let's see who came to see me tonight. Let's see who's here. All my lurkers. Hello, lurkers. Hello, Tammy. How are you doing? Todd's here. Miss Mendersue is here. Colette. Cole. Nice to see you. Robin. Rubber Toe. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rubber Toe. Nice to see you with us. Wayne's giving me a thumbs up. Thank you for going by me a coffee, Wayne. That reminds me, I gotta get my my booms lined up. I was busy trying to get pow. I got to make sure the fuse is lit, so when I hit the button, it goes off. Otherwise, pow! I got to wait too long. But anyway, you and Miss Mike and Bev, starting out this new week at Buy Me a Coffee, and I do appreciate it. Let's see, where did I leave off? I left off at Wayne. Let me see. How many lurkers? I don't have a lurker. A way to see how many lurkers I have. Hi, Sherry. How you doing? Nice to see you. Randy's here. Let's see. Who else is here? Debbie's here. One Debbie. MS Motorsports is here. Let's see. Randy, Sherry, Cole. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Make sure I get everybody. Darla's here. Oh, you fell, Miss Mendersue fell? You might have a fracture. Wait a minute, where'd it check? Oh. Yeah, well, you got to try to move it a little bit, so it doesn't stiffen up on you. I fell. Man, I had my share of falls. It's no fun, is it, Miss Mendersue? Mountain, how you doing? Got to try to keep moving it. Don't let it stiffen up on you. And just be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And don't hesitate to use something to help you get around, okay? Don't put all your weight on it. Be easy with it. So anyway, folks, Tucker Carlson, how many fingers has he got up? There's so much flying around. Some of it's not even worth addressing. I had a video of Tucker Carlson 5 minutes long, and him talking about the CIA. I had quotes from him that I could have read where he said, "It's a disgrace what's happening. We should withdraw our troops," and all that. But remember, what does it take to make a good movie? What does it take to make a good movie? It could go either way. I was looking for that picture of him in the Oval Office with Trump. Trump sitting at his desk, and he got a smile on his face like he's a cat that ate the canary. He got that. He's got that Cheshire grin. And you know what? When I typed in there, Trump, Tucker, White House. And it's all these pictures, some of them not even germane, and no immediate clear picture of the official one Trump put out. where it's just, there they are, Trump sitting at the Oval Desk with a big smile on his face, Tucker standing next to him with a dopey smile on his face. You have to scroll down and scroll down. And then they show you one that's black and white. And it's like, man, these people think of everything. These subversives think of everything. So I put in Trump, Tucker, Carlson, Oval Office. And same damn thing. I found a couple off the bat that were on Facebook, which I don't go on Facebook. I can't, they what did they say last time I peeked in there? They said that I haven't posted a thing on there in years. And they said that I disclosed somebody's personal information or I don't know if it was a notice, what the hell it was. I was like, screw this. I'm not going here. So but I clicked on one of them. Somebody doped up a picture like that. and there's Trump sitting there, his eyes all lit up. He's got that grin on his face. Hi, Tammy, how you doing? And this is, wow, this conspiracy about Trump and Tucker, who knows? I'm not going to go into all the conspiracies. I'll poke fun at some of it. Hey, this was before he went to Qatar or wherever, to the Middle East, and who knows who he met with or something. Maybe they put a transmitter up his nose. I'm going to say his nose. What do you all think? Stop it. But anyway, who knows? Who knows what they did? And he just slapped him on the back and put a homing device on him. Who knows? Or, is it part of the game? Part of the game. But I know one thing. The Ayatollah is, as they said in Germany, where all the Germs live, tot. He's tot. He's gone. He's deader than 4 o'clock. And his son, who the hell knows? Trump said, I'm hearing he might be out of here. So who knows? Now Tucker could be doing a little diversionary thing. Oh, the CIA is coming after me. Where did I see that? Here it is. This is Ruski News. And don't forget Ruski News and the Iranians and MSNBC, CNN, all of them are doing the same to the letter. Like they sent carbon copy, remember, showing how old I am, carbon copies to each other. I remember making carbon copies. Did you ever get a piece of paper they use for carbon copies and you take it home with you and you could use it? Just keep writing in little spaces you hadn't written on yet and then transfer it onto your notepad. Oh, the kids nowadays wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, American journalist Tucker Carlson reported that CIA initiated an investigation into his activities and is considering the possibility of initiating a criminal case against him. According to Carlson, the reason for this was his contacts with Iranian representatives, which took place before the start of the current military conflict, as well as his negative attitude towards Israel, which, quote, angered some representatives of the special services. That's what Ruskies call the C.I.A. So, hey, we shall see. Maybe this is a little nudge, a little wake-up call for people like John Kerry, who we have video of him meeting with Iranians in Iran, undermining Donald Trump. Barack Hussein Obama, have you heard of him? Traveling to places before and after Trump did, trying to run a shadow White House. yeah, whatever Tucker did, it was peanuts compared to what we already know about just those two. Never mind Brennan, never mind Susan Rice, never mind all the rest that have been Huma Abedin. Okay, Hillary Clinton's left-hand girl. You know, who the hell knows what these people have been involved in. So anyway, so Tucker's could be genuine. Who knows? We'll see which way the ball bounces, right? We'll see which way the ball bounces. I need to get a copy of that video of John Kerry getting up and walking out into the streets of Iran. I mean, Iran. I might have said Iraq. Iran. And, hey, that's what they tried to hang General Flynn with, the Logan Act. So, and I believe that's what he's talking about here. Hi, Dan. How you doing? Well, I tell you, I got on my thumbnail. Melinda, nice to see you. Felix, nice to see you. I've got on my thumbnail about special forces. Marilyn, nice to see you. You know, we've got assets not only on Carg Island, and I'm not saying anything, you know, it's not, nothing's going to, you know, jeopardize any. Randy, how you doing? It's common knowledge. You know, assets are, I'll give you an example. Right now, they got a deal set up. I was watching different streamers that were talking about the situation on the ground. They've got where you can call in or message a certain contact. If you see 2 or more people running around in uniform, Revolutionary Guard uniform, or in civilian clothes lugging around AK-47s, if you give them coordinates, they're gone. Kaboom. You know, and you can bet they're handing around some walking around money. People giving tips like that. Oh, where are we going to? We've got to hide somewhere. Let's go in the laundromat. Nobody will think to look to us, and we can work on a one of our mosquito boats to ram a oil tanker. Come here. We'll meet at the laundromat. Oh, they're meeting in the laundromat on Hassan Street. Kaboom! They're gone. So, you know, the Iranian regime was offering people $7 in order to quit protesting. If everyone goes home, we give you $7. The equivalent in Iranian money to $7 American. These people, before this all started, they had nothing. They were destitute. They're living like paupers. All this money that's been flying their way, they pissed away on the same thing Hamas did and Hezbollah, Bala, whatever, pissed it away on tunnels and bombs and enriching uranium and taking all the riches, the oil money that the country's been making. They were a very wealthy country and hoarding it for themselves. Those mullahs owning mansions in the UK. One story I didn't talk about was in Canada. They got an influx of the mullahs with the diamond rings and the 3 or 4 wives trailing behind them, turbans on their heads, dual citizens, rolling into Canada to get out of the line of fire. Those are people who are in with the regime. The average person is being just what they're trying to do to us. Make paupers out of us. Take away our rights. Take away our property rights. Tax us on things we've already bought and owned for years and years. And just beat us down into the ground. while they live the high life. That's what they've been doing. So if you could, $7 would be a week's pay. Imagine what kind of havoc you can wreak over there. If you're an operative, if you're a operative over there dealing with assets, and you got a knapsack full of cash, how many people you can get working for you? Yeah, you'd have eyes everywhere. Hi, Graybeard. How you doing, Sherry? Nice to see you. Awaken Trillium. Mary's here. Max here. Dan, we shall see. Tucker is not stupid. Think to yourself now, folks. Of course, I don't want to. That's one reason why I don't like talking about this stuff to a certain degree. I like talking about it, but at some points, I don't want to, pull the rug out. But Tucker Carlson has been through the whole ringer. He knows about John Kerry. He knows about Brennan. He told the same stories I just told about Kerry going over and meeting with the enemy. Okay, somebody we ended up blowing up. The only way we could identify him was, like Ted Cruz said, that gaudy ring on his detached finger. That's who Kerry met with. He knows what the law is. His father was C.I.A. And let me tell you, how you all are my witnesses. How many times have I said it? People that have been with me for a long time. Hi, Pappy Two Bears. How you doing? People who've been with me for a long time. How many times have I said, if you want to trip up the devil, sometimes you got to dance with him. And it could very well be that he was dancing with the devil and helped them get intel they needed. We're going to talk about that. There's so much going on. If Tucker is guilty, here you go. Here, Marco Rubio is going to help you out, Tucker. I'm not saying he is. I'm joking. State Department. Here, Marco Rubio. State Department significantly lowers fee. Did you all know you could pay a fee and renounce your citizenship? Did Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen the DeGenerate do this? Implemented a significant adjustment to the fee associated with renouncing U.S. citizenship, reducing it. Who the hell came up with this number? $2,350 to $450. So starting April 13th, all you screwballs that want to renounce your citizenship, it's going to be a lot cheaper. Going to be a lot cheaper. Where's this one? I didn't get to watch the whole thing. This guy right here. Here's one. This guy wants to fleeing the U.S. What a nerd. What a dope. I'm going to play. I got a video. I watched part of it and I said, I can't play this because I know I'll get taken off in the UK as far if anybody's watching over there. I used to have people saying hi to me from the UK all the time, but they're censoring stuff over there. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. I think I'm going to play it, even though, I might get a copyright or might get taken down somewhere. But anyway, here's the idiot fleeing the U.S. with the upside down flag, a country in distress.
We are just literally minutes away from the border to Canada as we flee the U.S.
Wait, what? You want to flee the United States for Canada? Well, from a Canadian who just moved out of Canada, to America, Florida, let me show you what you're in for. First things first, you're going into a terrible economy. See, we just lost 84,000 jobs last month, the worst in years. And our unemployment rate just went up to 6.7%. Yours is at 4.4, historically low. Our housing prices compared to disposable income is off the charts. And the average house in the average city costs almost $1 million. And it looks like this. In your country, disposable income is actually more than house prices. Our GDP per capita is the worst in the G7. Yours is the best. Oh, and as of this month, we have the highest food inflation in the G7. But let's put that aside because I bet you love our prime minister, right? Yeah, the elitist investment banker that hasn't even lived in Canada for the past 10 years. Yeah, he's gonna fix your problems. Don't worry about it. I know. You're here for the free healthcare, right? But here's the thing about the free healthcare. It doesn't really work. You won't be able to find a doctor. You're probably gonna die in the emergency room. And they're gonna take 54% of your income to taxes. Look, you're fleeing the strongest economy on earth, but hey, no problem. We traded spots. See, I had a business in Canada renovating properties. I bought and sold over 150 properties, had 13 employees. I shut the whole thing down and restarted it in the US and got my visa for my entire family legally to live in the US. Now we pay way lower taxes, make way more money because the economy is 100 times bigger. And instead of gray skies for 8 months a year and snowy weather, it's 300 plus days of amazing sunshine. But don't worry about it. You're gonna love Canada. You'll see.
I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that video. Why are you trying to talk him out of it? Tell him you're right. You're doing the right thing. Call your friends and take your friends with you to Canada so there'll be more housing available for normal people. Hi, Andy. How you doing? Let's see who else is coming in that I miss. Yeah, don't give up the game. Don't tell him he's making a mistake. His brain might kick in. He might start, oh, you're right. I'm going to stay and continue to be a jerk. No, we don't need it. We don't need them here. Let's see. We're talking about Tucker, right? Is he really getting spooked? Is he playing a game? Is he part of a psyop? Did he infiltrate them and help? I mean, people have said, Tucker Carlson might have given them information to help them target some of these creepos. I don't know. And I'm not spilling the beans on nothing. Everybody's talking about it. But we talked about Zoran Mamdani. I heard he had an IQ of 160. And many of you who've been with me for a long time, I did brag about my dear old dad. And he had an IQ of 160. But listening to Zoran Mamdani, he would last 5 minutes with my dad as in any intellectual conversation. But that aside, we're wondering about him. He's being so outrageous, and he's rubbing it in everybody's face. Tax the rich. Inshallah, all this squatting on a Gracie Mansion floor and eating on the floor like over in the Middle East. Just the 5 o'clock in the morning prayer speaker. I mean, I'm like, is this guy put there on purpose? Well, here he is being confronted by a lunatic with a dish rag around his neck. And look at his face. But at the same time, I think, speaking of his face, I think of Trump putting that picture up of him standing next to the Declaration of Independence. Trump had him pose next to it and took a picture of him. He said, look how happy he is to stand next to the Declaration of Independence. He had that kind of almost as stupid as the look on the face here where this creep is giving it a hard way to go. Do you think this is a show too, or is this for real?
politicians that constantly reaffirm Israel's right to exist. Because people like me are constantly attacked by politicians for standing up for Palestine, and you are constantly defending the right for Israel to exist. My family is in Palestine right now, constantly under attack, and I'm hearing you say free Palestine, but also Israel has the right to exist. Don't be hypocritical. Don't be hypocritical and say free Palestine when you're also defending the right for Israel to exist. It does not have the right to exist. It does not have the right to exist. It's not your land to say it has the right to exist.
Woo! What do you think of that, folks? You know, my personal opinion, when I see someone with one of them dish rags, I want to just take the point of my boot. But anyway, Palestine's never been a country. Yeah, you're right, Todd. I've talked about that too. It's like Ukraine. Ukraine was never an independent country. It's always been a territory. Tossed between one power or another, and Palestine was a designated area for tax collection purposes is what it was, and the name stuck, you know. But anyway, what's the game the guy's playing? And I would ask him a question. Just, if you could, hi, Andy, if you could just get him to stop being a lunatic and just stop and listen to this question and think about it, then answer. The question is, why does Israel not have a right to exist, according to you? Why? Everybody on the face of the earth, people you never met, people that could care less about you or would lop your head off if they had the chance. You go out in the streets and scream and yell and raise Cain for their rights. Want to hand them everything for free in this country, but when it comes to Israel, they don't have a right to exist. Why? What would be the answer, you think? I'm asking for a friend. I'm serious. Why doesn't Israel have a right to exist? I just don't get it. According to God, Israel, they have a right to exist. So, take your argument up with him. But anyway. Oh, yeah, it's all the same dish rag. Somebody's smart making some money off that. Hi, Gary, how you doing? Nice to see you. Debbie, there's Debbie number 2. All right. We got at least 2 Debbies. And if I missed anyone, I do apologize. So anyway, I don't think they could even have an answer. They just sit there and what are they going to do? Spew a bunch of hate. But look here. This was on Ruski News. Reward up to $10 million for information on Revolutionary Guard key leaders. People call them Republican Guard, Revolutionary Guard, whatever. So the USA is offering $10 million for information about their. Hey, if $7 is a week's pay, wow! Can you imagine the stars in everybody's eyes? Let's see, what does this stuff say? These individuals command and direct various elements of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, which plans, organizes, and executes terrorism around the world. Yeah, you're all being hunted, all of you. If you have information on these or other key leaders or component branches, send it to us via our Tor-based tip line or Signal. I remember everybody talking about Signal. They say Elon's getting those. They're not. I refer to them as dishes, but what are those things? Those plates they use, those satellite plates. We got to be real careful with it, though. Your information could make you eligible for relocation and a reward. And that is official from the U.S. Department of State Diplomatic Security Service. Rewards for justice. And if you see them slithering around in our country, right there's the number. You don't got to worry about signal. You don't got to worry about getting a smuggled. You can call that number right there. Get a few bucks. But they have been pouring into Canada, these mullahs, or whatever they call themselves. Running like a cut hyena. So anyway, I have good news. I have good news, which came out of the blue. Did you all know this was even in the cards? You know, when I think of Puerto Rico, I think of that mayor that was being nasty to Trump. Well, apparently there's the governor. Puerto Rico governor signs a law defining unborn babies as human beings. Ha ha, that's wonderful. You know, they're not a state, but hey, it's a start. It's a start. And remember Peru. Last year, I was talking about how they put it in their constitution. The rights of the conceived. The conceived have the same rights as a human being. So, yeah. A lot better than, this is one you might want to put on your meta right here. This is what we've been running on in our country. Satanic logic. Not a baby is a woman. And anybody who is on the fence about whether this is a battle of good or evil, something wrong with your brain. Like my dad used to say, what's wrong with your brain? So anyway, that is a win. Wouldn't you say that is a win? It is something for people to work on once we clean out this Congress full of whatever the hell we've got in there. And I hear different things about the SAVE Act. You know, this is, for me, the bottom line. The bottom line. You're either going to have foreigners influencing our country's government by voting illegally. And we know it's being done. I have to find that clip. It would take me, I don't know how long it would take me. Do you all remember Trump and Hillary's first debate? Where Trump said that there was 3 million illegal votes. I've got to find that clip. This is going back 10 years about illegals voting and it being put out there plump and plain by Trump, the trumpet. Schumer on the Save America Act. It allows ICE to kick tens of millions of people off the voter rolls. He is admitting millions of illegals are on our voter rolls. No logical person, they can sit there and say, well, you know, the minorities are, you know, they can't get IDs and it's Jim Crow law. It's all disingenuous BS. So I'm hearing different things. Kennedy said he called it the SAVE Act and saying it's different from the Save America Act I guess because some of the things Trump put on there about no mutilation of children, and so you hear different things that are happening. One is that they're not going to require a real filibuster. And it's just going to be a show vote to expose the Democrats like they need any more damn exposing. And maybe they do. I mean, there's so many people that just don't pay attention to things as closely as we do. And they are walking around in the dark. So, and then there's Kennedy said, well, we're going to see about attaching it to a, what is that term they use? Budget reconciliation. Budget reconciliation. And people are going, oh, yeah, that just requires a simple majority. And I listened to the report, and I scrolled through the comments. What do you all remember about the budget reconciliation process? That would be germane to this. I couldn't believe that nobody got it. But then again, not everybody says, I don't know, neurotic as I am. Why are you cogitating on that? YouTube started off a new creator. I've been at 1,400 and some subs. What did I say? Half a year? Don't you know that's how YouTube works? Because my content is not informative. It's not entertaining. I don't have a sense of humor. People get bored listening to me, so I get stuck at 1,400 viewers for a half a year. That's how YouTube works. You need to have something spectacular happen for you to pop to the top. I don't want to be at the top, but I'm just saying, look who's already got close to 500,000 subscribers. This scroungy, creepy microphone looks like a jailbird. Looks like he belongs standing outside of a pool hall with some chicken and a 40. Walking down the street with some chicken and a 40, looking for some hoochies that just want to party. But anyway, breaking, and this is that garbage pail Occupy Democrats. You got Midas Trash Network and you got Occupy Democrats. They must have a direct line to Iranian and Russian propaganda because they all talk the same stuff. Donald Trump gets devastating news. Like Donald Trump gives a damn about this bum. January 6th hero, Michael Fanone, announces that his new YouTube channel, The Michael Fanone Show. He's the one that I used to play the video that has been corrupted. All right, on my files, all got corrupted mysteriously. Where he said, I want Donald Trump to have a stroke. That's what I want to happen to him. He'd have a stroke and live a long time. Yeah, people are really going to flock to that, Michael Fanone. He just reached 450,000 subscribers. Have you all seen anything from this guy? An old mountain man's been up here for 4 years, or maybe longer. I don't even know. 1,000 videos, banging my head against the wall. Hey, I got 6 subscribers this week. So they're not going to tell me that they're not fudging things or pushing things. Anyway, he's got 450,000 subscribers in only 6 months, making him one of the fastest growing political channels in all of YouTube. But it gets way worse for Trump. Michael Fanone says that his channel is growing so quickly because it is laser focused on ensuring that Trump and ever my what? Ensuring that Trump and ever my single one of his Republican enablers is prosecuted and convicted of high crimes and treason against the United States. Oh, you SOB. Oh, boy, you're a piece of work, buddy. It's only 49,000 subscribers away from reaching 500. Now, don't go over and click on it. Don't engage with it. But not just going to matter. They're going to propel this thing right to the top. And we're setting a goal, helping Michael get there by midnight. Can you all hit the like so this post can reach 100,000 likes? Pass it along to your friends and family. Subscribe to the Michael Fanone Show. Michael Fanone belongs to jail. He should be working the rest of his life to pay the victims of J6 for his psyop that he participated in. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. This scroungy bum. That's what he looks like to me, in my opinion. So anyway, yeah. Out of the blue, they say he's been up for 6 months. Ha! 450,000 subscribers. What a bum. Yeah, there's a Fanone bot army. Yeah, I hope he makes a ton of money so when Trump sues him, he's got something. And everybody else, look at the kind of idiocy people like him inure into the brains of the low IQ crowd. Here's one for you. How long do you think she's going to be walking around? I guess that is her on the top picture. Jennifer Riviera. Look at what you're looking at versus that top picture. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'll play it. She said it. I didn't.
Hey, Don, I just want to straight up tell you this. Kill Donald Trump, his wife, and his kids. We ain't a part of it. He started this war with the Congress not even giving okay. Attack him. Him directly, like, aim for the White House or aim for Mar-a-Lago. Aim for anything that you know Trump about. Trump Towers, fuck it all up. Okay? Aim for everything, all his golf courses, aim for everything that can hurt his pocket, basically. Aim for him and his family. Make him live through the fact that his actions caused his wife and kids to die. That's what I'm saying. He won't get it unless he goes through it, but please don't attack us. I voted for Kamala. I didn't vote for this buffoon. We ain't want no part of it. A majority of us didn't vote for him. He admitted it numerous times that he cheated and rigged the elections to win. Kind of like Benjamin Netanyahu and his father. How they got that shit started. These Polish fuckers that changed their name to sound more Jewish. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, that's just it. I want to throw my opinion out there.
Yeah, they all learn that new word. I digress. That's all what you hear them saying. It's things like this that have been working for the federal government, air quotes, working these make jobs that don't really exist, getting six figures. I don't know if she, but there's tens of thousands that have been shown the door, and there's tens of thousands more that have been having this false, I called it a false economy. And I said in my early videos, what are we going to do with these people? These people have been getting money, life-changing money as a salary, do-nothing jobs, as long as they push the narrative, push the policies of the deep state. So, of course they're going to be full of anger and vitriol. But then you have this Fanon, he's puking out the same stuff, vilifying the President of the United States. And it's just a matter of time before he trips up. Here is what Citizen Free Press put this up. Catholic school administrator in Canada expresses her desire for Iran to assassinate Trump. Now, the first one I just played was the woman, what she was saying was, well, I didn't say for Americans to do it. I was talking about Iran because we're not part of the war. I was saying for Iran to do it. Like that's going to make a difference. So, like I say, they all have the same theme and talking point that goes through their little bunches like wildfire. Here's another one. This Catholic nurse or Catholic, whatever she is. I got another one's a nurse. But anyway, just because she says she's a Catholic, you know, I was talking about with Jewish people. Don't fall into painting people with the same broad brush. They can say whatever they want that they are. That doesn't mean they are. And who told me that Bible verse to watch out for those that say they're Jewish or say that they're this and that. So anyway, here's some of her big insight. I wonder how long she's going to be till she gets a knock on her door.
I know we're all waiting for it to happen, but here's what I want to see occur when it happens. With our luck, it's probably going to be that it's going to happen in the middle of the night and we're not going to know until the morning. But on one of my previous posts, I said, if that happens and you're awake and you're aware of it, please make sure you wake me up. Okay, so here's how I would love to see it happen. I don't think that this should be a health event. That's not tragic enough. I think it should be an infliction like he has done to others in the United States and around the world. From a distance, publicly, while maybe he's on stage at a rally or a press conference or whatever the case may be, something, don't care, publicly, and televised. Because I think in a situation like this, there won't be very many people crying. In fact, I think the majority will be cheering. I know I will be cheering. So karma's a bitch, and I think that is how this should go down. I don't think it should be peaceful, compassionate, quick and easy. Well, maybe quick and easy, but not in a health event way. That's how I feel. And I'm not sorry about it. I'm sure there are millions of you out there who feel the exact same way. So how would you like to see it happen?
What do you care? You're in Canada, woman. What are you doing trying to spit out all that bile and hate against our president? He's our president. Worry about your own business up there in Canada. Here's another dope. Suburban Philadelphia nurse lost her soul and now she's going to lose her career. Now this is an American. A nurse. You know, no wonder people don't want to go to the doctor. Right, Miss Mendersue? Miss Mendersue, you still with us, honey? No wonder nobody wants to go to the doctor. This is supposed to be a flippin' nurse. How many have we seen?
So I heard the new leader of Iran wants to take out you know who. And leader of Iran, if you're seeing this for any reason, I just want you to know that most of us are rooting for you. Actually, but I think most of us would like it to be kind of slow and painful, if you wouldn't mind. Okay. Go get 'em, bud.
Yeah, she should be out of work right now. Whatever facility she works for, when she shows up, you're out of here. And don't come back. Go put the fries in a bag. You have no business being in any position of public trust with that kind of attitude. Yeah. Hi, Susan. How you doing? The cardboard. Yeah, that's right, Miss Minder Sue. Well, if you could find a good doctor. Hi, Andy. How you doing? That's right, Graybeard. Sickening. That's what I've been putting in comments. The left is sickening. Right down row, sickening. You had me. Get them witches. Yeah, I'm going to call you. If you stick around when I do shout-outs. You. Outlandish. How you doing? Yeah, when Biden was in office, nobody, you didn't hear and see all that crap. I couldn't stand Obama. I knew his game. Many of you knew it too. I knew he was a communist. I knew he was a Muslim. I knew he didn't have America's best interests at heart. I knew all that, but I never wished any violence on him. And when I know they stole the election. I know what happened, and I still didn't call for any violence.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we had to do with, if we finally beat Medicare.
That's a good one to clip. That was our cardboard mullah. Right there. Our cardboard mullah. Or their cardboard mullah. Jerry, how you doing? Sparky, nice to see you. Let's see. So anyway, let me see. Did you all see this video? I'm going to play it. Because we're talking about this. You know, I got in a back and forth with some morons. I should know better, but I do it. Where they were talking about, we're wasting all this money. We should be getting free health care. You know, we have been financing Europe by getting ripped off on prescription drugs. And Trump stopped that. That's why they're so desperate to stop Trump. But anyway, here's a guy talking about how he used YouTube videos. His dog had a huge tumor. And watching YouTube videos, he was able to shrink the tumor down. I didn't listen to the whole video, but I've talked about how Dr. Eric Berg and the other one was Ekman is his name. I've talked about different doctors on YouTube that gave advice that was very, very helpful that you don't hear from doctors. And they pointed out how corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, you might as well eat poison. And now you're seeing all that stuff. That's been on YouTube for years. But you try to talk to a doctor about it, they just stare at you. But anyway, I'll play the video. What are they hiding from? We know they're hiding a lot of stuff from us. And you got to go do your own research, that's for sure.
Professor Paul Torderson from the University of New South Wales join us now. G'day to you, gents. Hello to the beautiful Rose here, looking fit and healthy. Paul, incredible story this. You know, vets told you that Rose had just months to live, but you refused to give up and you turned to a chatbot instead.
Rose is my best mate, and she's been with me through really tough times, through a breakup, through hard business deals, walks in the forest. And when she was handed this...
Yeah, he used GPT. I thought he also watched YouTube videos. I don't know. It's my bad. My mistake. Chat GPT. Well, that Chat GPT probably stealing off Dr. Berg's videos. That's where they get their information from. You know, everything on the net and collate it, right? But maybe I was thinking about myself.
The sentence, I felt I had to do my part for her as well, yeah.
So what did you do? Walk us through it.
Well, we took her tumour, we sequenced the DNA, we converted it from like tissue to data, and then we used that to sort of search for the problem in her DNA, and then develop a cure based off that.
And ChatGPT found that?
ChatGPT assisted throughout the entire process.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Have you got a tech background?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's just amazing. Paul, the RNA Institute is the one that created the vaccine for Rose based on Paul's AI code. Were you sceptical at first when you heard about this?
Surely.
I was a bit, probably mainly just I thought this might take too long. And I guess one of the things we learned from this process too, the technology, even though we've been working with similar mRNA for years, I just didn't think we could do this quickly, and it would be in time to really help Rosie. So it's just been an amazing project for us to be involved in.
So how quickly did you manage to turn it into a vaccine and be able to give it to Rose?
Yeah, so once we had the sequence that Paul designed, it was less than 2 months from that point till we handed it over to Paul, who took it to the vet to help her.
And Paul, how quickly did Rose start responding?
Right, so it took about a month.
Wow.
At the start of December, she was her mobility was way down. She was starting to shut down and be a bit sad. And towards the end of January, she was jumping over a fence to chase a rabbit.
Oh my goodness! You must be over the moon. This is life-changing.
Yeah, sure. I think it's added considerable lifespan and health span to Rose. Yeah.
Do you all remember that time I posted that announcement from Putin? Putin said in a speech that they had developed a vaccine for cancers. And I said, well, that's interesting. A vaccine? So is cancer, I mean, if a vaccine works, what is it? A virus? I'm seeing in here parasites and stuff like that. But we haven't heard anything else about it. Russia's saying they have a vaccine for certain types of cancers. We hadn't heard nothing about it here in the States.
If this works for a dog, like if we now get excited about what else it could do, is there any chance this could reshape the future for treating, cancer in humans?
Absolutely, and there are companies, including Moderna, who are working on personalized cancer vaccines. But I think what this taught me is two things. We can actually do this here. We don't have to necessarily rely on foreign companies to help us doing this. That means we can democratize this technology in Australia. And we can also use it for other diseases, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neurological diseases, for instance.
Paul, I know Ali's got a really important question she wants.
You figure if researchers were legitimate, they'd be all over this. They would be all over it. You know how many people are suffering from cancers and tumors? Yeah, I agree, Outlandish. It's our mRNA, I'll pass. Well, depends on how far gone you are, Yeah, Todd, I hope so too, yeah. Hi, Dan. I don't know if they cured it. They said certain ones. Andy said parasites. Yeah. Well, I'm sure there are different different cancers have different causes, I'm sure. You know, cancer is a blanket term, you know. So anyway, here's why I'm going to play this one video. But here, it's talking about, not this video, the next one I'm going to play. Talking about the British Caliphate. And like I say, I'm sure it'll get me in trouble. This guy is coming back to the UK. And guess what? There's a bunch of cops waiting for him. What did he do? He posted something on social media they don't like. They're there to arrest him.
Look at this here, everybody. 6-armed police locking Lee up for Facebook posts. What an utter joke.
Well, the joke
Can you believe this?
The joke is that everyone's on police here, so if you could counter it better, that'd be, you know, it'd probably be funny what you're posting, wouldn't it?
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Utter joke.
Jokes are funny.
Absolute, utter pathetic joke.
Jokes are funny. Racist public order isn't funny.
Prove it. Show me a post what he's put, what's racist.
Well, there is some proof, apparently.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Are you satisfied spoiling people's holidays?
Well, are you satisfied?
All for a Facebook post.
Let's say this allegation is true. Would you be satisfied that people are offended by what's been said?
What, so we...
Somebody been offended by what he said. Somebody been offended. Look at what I've been playing, the videos I've been playing. They get offended over everything. Well, I'll play that video in a minute. I'll show you somebody that's offended. I think this is funny. Here they got a creepy Karen living up the street, and they make sure every time she walks their dog, she's got to see people being happy. Donald Trump's the president.
Hello.
4 more years.
Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not.
We love you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
It's gonna be me. The end of the road. Still you can't let go. And I know that my heart will. Oh, say does that star-spangled
And I'm proud to be an American.
and I'm feeling good.
But ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
There she was, just walking down the street singing.
Well, she gave you everything off you at the end.
Now, if she was in the UK, she could have them arrested. She could have them arrested. It's the truth. Yeah. Poor dog, yeah. Did she have different dogs? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. I'll interrupt you here and there. I got a couple of thoughts on certain parts of it. And apparently, technically, whoever made this video, they got, what does it say down there? Kelly J. Keene. Technically, they could get arrested or charged with something if they were in the UK. But anyway, before I play it, I want to thank Wayne, kaboom, man, Mike and Bev, kabow, for helping out with Buy Me a Coffee on here. I'm the totally viewer-supported channel. I'm not like Michael Fanone and monetized with 500,000 subscribers just for existing and hating Donald Trump. So I'll put a link in the description while this is playing. But they didn't knock off on Walt Disney. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for playing it or not, but I will play it. And let's hope I don't get in trouble.
They say convert, pay up or die, and they look you in the eye, knowing you believe the lie that inclusion was everybody's friend, when the truth now we all know that was the beginning of the end. You didn't fight back, you failed to resist, and now the country is under their fist. No sun, no fun, no sky. All the music now must die. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? Have one wife, 3 or 4, when they're knocking on your door.
I'm stopping it because I see the women walking around with burqas, and it makes me think of every time they've got something going on. They're standing there with those red dresses on with the stupid-looking hats where you can't see their faces, and most of them, what are they called? The handmaidens. These handmaidens with these red outfits on, standing in the gallery of the Senate, standing out there outside the Capitol, standing outside the Supreme Court. And here is a society we know they make you wear these damn burqas or get your rear end beat, or they bury you up to your waist and throw rocks at you till you quick twitching. And, what like Dad, you say, what's wrong with their brains? But anyway, no, she's specifically saying a British caliphate. Oh, by the way, I put a link in the description for Buy Me a Coffee if anybody wants to help support the channel, and I will continue the video.
Telling you you're gay and stoning you today, no matter if you're a woman or a man. You didn't say no, you failed, so it seems, and now you are under the Islamic regime. No laugh, no dance, no art. Kill animals through their heart. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? exterminate your dog, a scorpion to your frog. Don't complain, just keep saying you are fine. It's far too late, you're way out of time. About 10 years ago, that was the line.
I thought she left out the part about 9-year-olds, but she did mention 9-year-olds. Well, she said if you're 9, you're okay. You get the meaning behind that. There's so much wrong with this. These damn liberals they don't show them throwing gay people off roofs. That's what she left out. That's right.
No Christian or infidel, the whole place feels like hell. No more thinking thoughts. Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? Hey, from the cities to the town, all the people wear a frown as they hear the horrendous call to prayer. Getting elected into power every minute, every hour. By next week, a Muslim will be your mayor. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate?
So we shall see what happens once it gets reviewed by whoever does the reviewing. But like I said, they get in trouble for that in Britain, the British Caliphate. And like Trump has been telling them, you're not the same country you were when we signed treaties. We don't recognize you. And France is not France anymore. Paris is not Paris anymore. London is not London anymore. What is the matter with you people? So, yeah, New York City, we got a Muslim mayor. And, hey, New York, London, I guess Paris. Hi, Crusader. It's already in New York City. They already got the speakers going off at 5 o'clock in the morning, call to prayer to wake everybody up. And here they are. Here they are, the lunatics. I haven't even got to my Ruski reports yet. Here's the way they deal, these ICE agents. It's like that one that got pewed when she tried to run one over with the car. She had a smile on her face, so that means she was a nice person, right? Well, here they are with, they call it music, but they're still interfering and harassing a federal officer.
Come on, baby. Come on, darling. Let's exchange the... Oh, that's it. Let me take that moment from here. Come on, darling. Come on, baby. Let's exchange the experience.
Yeah, distracting officers, harassing officers. But we got these damn judges that let them go. Just let them go. Here's a moron. Here's a moron that is giving away the location. Independent journalist. Oh man, what's going to happen to this guy?
Urgent message for the Iranian government right here. I need missiles here tonight. Israel's Channel 12 did a report on the new Patriot battery system. It's right here at the Palashamin Air Force Base. It's actually right here. You can zoom out a little bit, Iran, if you want to see that. Yet again, it's this exact area. I'm going to zoom out for you. This is where the Patriot battery system is. This is the guy that reported it. He's Channel 13. Actually, you can see it right here about the Aero battery air defense he's posting with it. That is going to be right here. It's right there in the middle. Yet again, here's another photo he posted confirming. Look how the sides are like a wall. It opens up just like right here. It's brand new, by the way, Iran, so if you want to fire off a few missiles that way, there's only 6 interceptors in this direction, so you're going to need about 8. You're going to need a bigger barrage than normal. So what I'm assuming, guys, is we fire at Tel Aviv, divert it south, and maybe you can even get some interceptions over here just to waste some more. Make sure to like the video, repost, share with all your Iranian friends. Let's see if we can possibly get this out to the Iran.
Yeah, possibly get your door kicked in and get you drug off to do about, I don't know, 20 years. 20 years. Or worse yet, send you to Canada. But good news. Here's some good, we got to put up a little bit of good news. Here is, for the first time in 7 years, the U.S. flag flies over the embassy in Caracas, Venezuela. Akiki. So let's see. Here we have a ceremony. Now, 7 years.
La bandera de los Estados Unidos representa la posibilidad, la esperanza y la libertad. Representa el sacrificio, la lucha y la superación de desafíos insuperables. Los marinos de los Estados Unidos, quienes custodian nuestra bandera, lo saben mejor que nadie. El izado de la bandera hoy simboliza todo lo que les espera a los pueblos de Venezuela y de los Estados Unidos.
She's saying that they can start living a normal life. You know, all that wealth was just getting swallowed up by China, Iran, criminal gangs. Here's where I got in a back and forth. Let me see. Here's where I got in a back and forth with some losers. They had something up there about Trump wants to have the FCC penalize news services for not telling the truth. And I put in there, that's because they all lie. They tell lies. So somebody says, Plastic Beetle says, no source. Asked me for a source. And I said, your eyes, ears, and your brain. He said, so no source. And, whoa, wait a second. Yeah, I said, your brain, eyes, and ears, lefty degenerate dimblewits. And this other woman said, you're as sharp as a marble, bless your heart. Talking to me, right? So I said, this marble can't stand child mutilation, degenerate alphabet teaching in schools, promotion of communism, mass illegal alien infiltration, Sharia law, and all the other disgusting things that the psychotic left stand for. Now go pet your cats. that's a lot longer than what I usually put in. I just put in the left is sickening. And I had somebody say, how so? I'm like, what's wrong with your brain? Like my dad used to say, what do you mean, how so? Here. Somebody said, I said, they lie. Somebody said, source. Source. I said, are you asking me that with your finger up your nose? Sitting there with a finger up there, source. What's your source? I didn't feel like typing your eyes, ears, and brain should be your source, you nitwit. Gets redundant. But anyway, let's see what's going on. Here we go. Here we are. How many times have we seen this picture? For the past 5 damn days. The Marinari from Bangkok, Thailand showed the same boat over and over. Chatham House. Conflict in the state of Hormuz is spilling into the Indian Ocean. And American think tank. This is the Ruskies now. Chatham House. I never heard of them. A think tank. The conflict in the Strait of Hormuz is spreading to the Indian Ocean as well. Oh, is it really? Where's that one? Oh, gosh. India told them. India, I got to find that post. Well, if I don't find it, I'll just tell you. India told them, here we are. The spokesperson, Pakistan, I'm sorry. The spokesperson for the Pakistani Prime Minister said, there is no doubt that we will assist the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia military if necessary, quote, at any cost and at any time. So watch how quick the Iranians are going to back off of bombing Saudi Arabia. At any cost. You don't want to get the Pakistanis stirred up on you because they got nukes. They got nukes. Did you hear about this? The American corporation Boeing will supply Israel with 5,000 SDB guide bombs worth $298 million. Well, Boeing, I hope you do a better job with production than you have with Air Force One. Go ahead and crank those damn things out and get them sent over there. Man, I got so much stuff here. I talk so much, time goes by so fast. Let me put up Donald J. Trump. His last post, or at least before I caught it before I went live. Let me see. Here we go. Iran has been long been known for a master of media manipulation. Well, they sure are getting the dopey Americans to repeat their crap. They are militarily ineffective and weak, but are really good at feeding the very appreciative fake news media false information. Now, AI has become another disinformation weapon that Iran uses quite well, considering they are being annihilated by the day. Remember what I said about AI at the very beginning, like a year and a half ago? I said AI is just like any other computer program. Guy go, garbage in, garbage out. It's going to be not going to be reliable because too many people can poison it with garbage. They showed phony kamikaze boats shooting at various ships at sea, which look wonderful, powerful, and vicious. But these boats don't exist. It's all false information to show how tough their already defeated military is. The 5 U.S. refueling planes, I have a report on that that's false. that were supposedly struck down and badly damaged, according to the Wall Street Journal's false reporting and others, are all in service, with the exception of one. And that's the one I showed you. The tail section was busted, which will soon be flying in the skies. Buildings and ships that are known to be on fire are shown to be on fire, are not. It's fake news generated by AI. For instance, Iran, working in close coordination with the fake news media, shows our great USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, one of the largest, most prestigious ships in the world, burning uncontrollably in the ocean. Not only was it not burning, it wasn't even shot at. Iran knows better than to do that. The story was knowingly fake, and in a certain way, you could say that those media outlets that generated should be brought up on charges for treason, for dissemination of false information. Oh my gosh, that's hard to say. Dissemination of false information. I could make a song out of that. The fact is, Iran is being decimated. Let me see. There we go. And the only battles they win are those they create through AI and are distributed by the corrupt media outlets. You know what? They can tell with a click of a button or a click of a mouse whether something is AI generated. I've seen creators go to a program and they have software that'll tell them right now whether the image you're looking at is AI or not. The radical left-wing press knows this full well, but continue to go forward with false stories and lies. That's why their approval rating is so low. And I can win a presidential election in a landslide getting only 5% positive press. They have no credibility. I am so thrilled to see Brendan Carr, the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, looking at the licenses of some of these corrupt and highly unpatriotic news organizations. They get billions of dollars of free American airwaves and use it to perpetrate lies, both in the news and almost all of their shows, including the late night morons who get gigantic salaries for horrible ratings and never get, as I used to say in The Apprentice, fired. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, it's gross. But it's going to keep on going until somebody does something about it. Here's something. Well, here. Who put this up? Google News nearly shuts out right-leaning stories. They put up 314 left-leaning stories and 11 right-leaning stories. We've been over it. You guys have been watching me long enough. I put up these damn posts, notifications they put out unsolicited, and it's all propaganda crap. Here's the Ruski media. According to polls in the USA, 52% of Americans believe Trump attacked Iran because he was implicated in the Epstein case, and the war serves to divert attention from the Epstein files. BS. That's BS. Trump started a war. He's been saying for years that he would go after Iran. I've had this video for I don't know how long. Where is it? When he was a younger man. Said, yeah, I'd go over to take the oil. I think he even mentions Carg Island. I played in my next video. And he was talking about Cuba years ago. That he'd go over there and do business with Cuba if they were free. Here's what Australia put out. Australian fuel reserves. The Australian Prime Minister stated there are only 2 to 3 weeks of fuel left in the country. There's no fuel shortage. The price went up to the same damn price per barrel that it was for almost all of Joe Biden's administration. And nobody was freaking out and telling everybody, oh, we're going to be out of petrol in 18 days. But here they're putting the crap out. They want a fearmonger. Who's it? What's this one? USA Today, another liberal rag. You're paying about $3.60 a gallon gasoline and 21% just jump since the start of the war to get everybody. We're paying too much for gas. These 10 tips will help you save money. Like nobody gave a damn when Biden had it up to $5. In California, God knows what it was. But now it's a big problem, big scary thing. Where, let's see. There's more the Epstein crap. They're pushing it like crazy. I show you where they write it on bombs. I'll have to fire through a bunch of these tomorrow. A bunch of these I got clips of. Anyway, here's something that's real. This ain't AI. An American B-52H Stratofortress. I've talked about those. They've been using them since the 1950s. With 10 AGM-158 JASSM cruise missiles on its pylons en route to Iran. 10 of them. And they probably have a payload in the belly of the plane. God knows what. A couple of Moabs. So your mosquito boats, yeah. Better worry about what's going to be falling out of the sky. I think this is the video of Trump. Oh, no. Let me see what this is. Oh, for all these lefties saying, well, we had a great deal with Iran thanks to Obama. Why did Trump have to screw up the great deal? We had a treasonous deal with Iran. Okay? Obama was serving his masters. Okay? He bows to Muslim, what do you call mullahs. Okay?
Now let's look back at how we got here. And to figure it out, we follow the money, starting with President Obama back in 2015.
It is true that if Iran lives up to its commitments, it will gain access to roughly $56 billion of its own money, revenue frozen overseas by other countries. Our best analysts expect the bulk of this revenue to go into spending that improves the economy and benefits the lives of the Iranian people. There's no scenario where sanctions relief turns Iran into the region's dominant power.
1 year later, a $400 million cash transfer was flown out to Iran. And on the exact same day, Iran released 4 American hostages. CNN called it a possible quid pro quo.
Continued outrage and controversy over that $400 million cash transfer to Iran by the Obama administration. On the same day, 4 American prisoners were released by Iran. The White House denies that the money was a ransom payment. Footage aired on Iranian television, however, purports to show the money arriving in Tehran, and that is raising renewed questions about whether this was a quid pro quo.
$400 million was just the tip of the iceberg. 1 month later, the Wall Street Journal reported the Obama White House sent 3 different payments to Iran, totaling $1.3 billion with a B. A day later, Obama's Deputy Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, ran to CNN to defend his boss's nuclear deal and the cash transfer.
First, 1.3 billion. Can you verify that number? Is that how much has been transferred to date?
Well, I haven't seen the report, but here's what's going on. We achieved a nuclear deal with Iran to prevent it from getting a nuclear weapon. That's made us safer, made countries around the world safer.
Was any of the money that's been sent to Iran a quid pro quo to get those Americans freed?
No.
You're 100% sure of that?
Absolutely.
So all of these discussions about the planes and the money, that's just spin?
Absolutely.
Just spin, he says. Well, fast forward to 2023, the Biden White House cleared the way for the release of $6 billion in frozen Iranian funds, saying it was for humanitarian purposes.
Even as we allowed them to have access to this humanitarian funding, which was already their money and was already in an account to where they could spend it, but were just unable to do so for some kind of technical reasons, we have made clear that we will continue to hold them accountable.
But Iran's president had a different take.
Use that money in any way that you see fit.
This money belongs to the Islamic Republic of Iran, and naturally, we will decide, the Islamic Republic of Iran will decide to spend it wherever we need it.
And in the years since, Iran continued to build up their nuclear program until President Trump called in the military to obliterate it. Today, where we are seeing absolute strength of the U.S. military on full display. You're looking at that.
Yeah, she ran off stage for a little bit there. Yeah, I'm looking through the chats. Hi, Crusader. Nice to see you. Overwatch, are you still here? Beautiful. How you doing? I'm looking at some of these comments. Are you still here, Overwatch? Are you using a can or what? I don't see anything. I want to ask you a question. Yeah, you don't get too many creators that will interact with you in a reasonable manner, but I do. But if you're not there, I shan't. So anyway, I'm just looking through the chats. Yeah, something's going to happen with them. Those two guys. Those two guys. But anyway, man, I'm going to do a, here we go. Iran will strike Ukraine with missiles for aiding Israel. Ukraine's actions to assist Israel, particularly in support of drones, make the entire territory of Ukraine a legitimate target for Iran. Head of the National Security Commission, Abraham Izzy. Well, I guess no response. No response. Unbearable. Where to go? This is unbearable. Drunk. Oh, don't drink too much. It's not good for you. This is lunacy. I wanted to get inside your thoughts, but you're gone. Ain't that something? You know, they avoid the news like the plague. They want to watch the cheerleading section that repeats narratives. Speaking of narratives, here's Adam Schiff. Todd, I just wanted to ask him a question, or her, I don't know. And not overwatching very good. But here's Adam Schiff, who's blaming Donald Trump for the government shutdown when all they got to do is vote to open up the damn Department of Homeland Security. How hard is it, their watermelon head?
I do have to ask you just finally about this partial government shutdown, DHS not being funded for a month now. Just this week, we saw terror attacks in West Bloomfield, Michigan, in Norfolk, Virginia. This morning, the CEOs of the nation's major airlines and cargo carriers have written a letter to Congress calling for them to end the shutdown, talking about the importance of American security in the airways. Is it responsible for Democrats to hold up DHS funding with the threat of terror attacks looming during this conflict?
Well, Kristen, as you know, we offered vote after vote, resolution after resolution, even as recently as this week, to reopen those agencies, to fund them, and the Republicans voted it down.
Yeah, he's one I want to see get wrapped up. Wrapped up. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for being nice to that person and welcoming him aboard. Somebody said welcome aboard to him. We're real nice to him. I appreciate that, folks. Nobody ran anybody off. Nobody was mean to anybody. And they elected to leave, and they did. But nobody was mean, and I appreciate it ever so much. Maybe one day we'll get to have a conversation. The door is always open for reasonable conversation, right? So anyway, Citizens Free Press said she's not wrong about this video. I didn't watch it. I'll surprise myself and you all with it also. That's right, Crusader Patriots are nice. Yeah, Adam Schiff, hopefully we'll get past Adam Schiff when they haul him off in handcuffs. That is coming. Every night I go to bed, oh man, I want to see it happen. But we have to be patient, right, folks? So anyway, I'm going to play this video, this nice young lady, and I want to thank everybody for spending your precious time with me. And I should be going live tomorrow night. If you're subscribed, and I can get maybe 1,500 subscribers after 4 years. I'm no Michael Fanone. I can't get 500,000 in 6 months for some reason. So anyway, you'll know when I go live if you subscribe. So anyway, once again, thank you for spending your precious time with me. I put a link for Buy Me a Coffee in the description. No, in the chats for anybody that wants to help out. Pow! And I want to thank Mike and Bear, pow, pow, and Wayne for helping start off this week so I know I won't get skunked. So anyway, I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy this young lady, what she has to say, and I will be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
Have you ever noticed that every single time there's a terrorist attack linked to Muslims, which is 99% of the time, we are immediately told about the peaceful Muslim majority. Like, oh, don't say that. You're going to be Islamophobe because most of them are peaceful. Okay, fine. Let's say that most of them are peaceful. I want to ask a serious question. What is this mostly peaceful majority doing about the minority that keeps killing people? Like, what are they doing? Are they speaking up about it at all? Because, you know, the attacks keep happening, different cities, different countries, same words, Allahu Akbar. And we keep being told that, oh no, this has nothing to do with ideology, nothing to do with the religion, nothing to do with the belief system behind Islam. Really? Because let's think about it for a second. Have you ever seen someone exploding themselves, killing women and children in public, and then screaming, you know, Christ is king? I've never seen such thing. And I am sure if this ever happened, all of us Christians would come up and be so against it. We would condemn it. Like, we would be so loud that something like that would probably never happen again. But we don't see the same thing with Muslims. I'm sorry, but if you're silent in the face of evil, that means you're protecting the people who are committing the violence. So how much longer are we going to accept being told that just having common sense and seeing things for what they are makes you a bigot? Because the longer we refuse to tell the truth, the more innocent lives are going to be lost because of this nonsense.